How did you get those scars? You want to know how I got these scars? You know, okay, what's funny? All right, hang on. Hang on. I need to show you something. Actually, I might have a clip that explains that. It's back when my accent wasn't nearly that as good as it is now. Let me see if I can find it. Do you see the scars on my face?
Oh, they look lovely.
Do you have any idea how I got these scars?
I mean, I would love a story.
Rich people like you, forcing my family off their lands to convert it into grazing land. We didn't want to leave our house, so they burned the roofs. They threw a lantern in, through the window just like this. Once you know it, caught my mother, burned her to death right there. Also cut up my face. That was all the way back when I was 12 years old.
And here you are now,
And
trying to
here I
take
am
redemption for somebody who never had anything to do with it. Quite frankly, I like the Irish.
Quite frankly, I like the Irish. Didn't kidnap him because he was British. I kidnapped him because he was rich and being obnoxious. Anyways, so Sadhbh is a product of one of the last potato famines in Ireland. It happened when she was about 11, 12 years old. People were starving. The British government kept shipping food out of Ireland and leaving the Irish people with nothing but the potatoes, which were dying. People who had lived in their family farms, on their cottages, and rented land for, you know, their families for over 100 years were getting evicted because the landowners could make more money by renting the land out to British with their grazing for cows and stuff like that. One of the things that they would do if people refused to leave their homes, again, homes that, you know, they may be rented, but they've held for over 100 years with their family, they would come and burn the roofs to get them out, because they were like stone cottages with turf roofs, so they were easy to set fire to. And that's Sadhbh's story. They were pretty brutally evicted. Her and her mother and sister were inside the house when it got set ablaze. She caught a lantern, or shards of a lantern, to the face, which, if you look at that little medallion down there in the corner of the screen, if you look at that little medallion down there in the corner of the screen, I can't make it bigger. I don't know why. Here, if you look at that, it's got some pretty aggressive scarring on that right there. So she's disfigured. Yeah. Anyways, so that's her scar. And you can imagine, for a girl or a woman to grow up with something like that on their face, it really does a lot to hurt their self-worth and how they view themselves. Like, so essentially Sadhbh sees herself as worthless. You know, and as much as she might wish that she could have a normal life, you know, raise a family, all that stuff, she doesn't believe that anyone's ever going to value her, because she doesn't value herself. And part of it is wrapped up in that scar. So when things come up, you know, people are flirting at her, she doesn't trust them. If someone's flirting with her, she believes they're just trying to use her. She doesn't believe it's authentic. And it's psychosomatic that her scar hurts. So she'll rub it, she'll touch it from time to time when certain, like, deep mental wounds are kind of being touched on. Probably not the explanation you were looking for, but that's what it is. But yeah, when she's rubbing it, it's cause something is bothering her. someone said something that reminded her of something that made her think of her scar, so she touches it. Yeah, I don't know what was said. Someone probably was flirting with her because people were being flirty and weird.